What's up YouTube? For tonight's video we have a full Pokemon Dream Eater team. This one is for Patreon. If you'd like your theme team done, you can check it out in the description of the video under the Patreon link. Twigs, this one is for you. I can tell you what, I wasn't a twig after doing this team. I had to eat a crap ton of food because the battles were so long. Right, so let me just explain why this theme team was really difficult, right? So obviously I had to use Dream Eater as the only attacking move. And as you know, Dream Eater only works when the opponent is asleep, there's so many little things I've got to think about with that. So firstly, I didn't want to break Sleep Claw, so I only wanted to put one Pokemon asleep at a time. So I had to come up with 6 different Pokemon and 6 different strategies. Let's get into this one. So we have a Haunter lead. Now this Haunter has Mean Look on it, so I had to trap the opponents in, right? So I had to have a trapping move on every single Pokemon, so they couldn't swap out, so I could put them to sleep. So I'm going to Mean Look at the Ninjask, which is going to trap it in. Now, obviously I had Dream Eater on this set as well. This was a max health, max special attack, sorry, a max speed, max health Haunter with Everlight. I need to make it bulky too. Then the Ninjask is actually going to use Spite on me, dropping Mean Looks like PP by 4. I'm like, damn, I never see that move. Now, the other move I've got is Telekinesis. Now, Telekinesis is going to be able to help me hit that Hypnosis all the time to put the opponent to sleep. Now, there's a variety of sleeping type moves, but I couldn't just use one type of move too. I needed to use a whole range of different moves depending on the Pokemon. But then the Ninjask had U-turn. I'm like, oh man, that completely counters my strategy. Oh, so then the Castform is going to come in. Since it's a sunny day in the field, it's going to transform into the sunny day one. And of course, the Hypnosis misses on the Castform. So now I'm going to have to go for the Mean Look again. This is why it took so long, because I had to continually trap the opponent in, put them to sleep, and then start attacking only with Dream Eater. So now we have the Z move coming from the Castform. And it's going to take the Ghost here. This is going to take the Ghost move because I use the Ghost type move. It's going to use the Z Never-Ending Nightmare on me, which is not going to be very good because that's going to take my Haunter out easily in one shot. So that is down, unfortunately. Haunter tried, but man, I just got countered so hard there, that U-turn, and then the Castform coming in using the Never-Ending Nightmare on my Haunter, which really was a nightmare. So now swapping in Braxion on this set. I've got to trap the opponent. I've got Fire Spin. I've got Hypnosis on this set. I've got Dream Eater, and I've also got Wonder Room. Now, Wonder Room swaps the defense and special defense of the Pokemon, so I thought if I came up against a really bulky special defense Pokemon, if you do remember, Dream Eater is only a special attack, right? So I've got to change it up a little bit. Also, the item I had on it was Psychium Z, so if for some reason I couldn't put the opponent to sleep, I could just use Psychium Z Dream Eater, which is still an attack, right? And I don't have to put them to sleep. So trying to get around that little problem putting to sleep a little bit. Anyway, so go for the Hypnosis. Thank goodness it lands on the Castform, so Castform is asleep. So that's nice. This was a max speed, max special attack Braxion, timid nature. Man, this team was this battle itself, I think this was 30 turns, and the one at the end was about 70 turns. So now going for the Dream Eater, taking out the Castform. The good thing about Dream Eater too, I'm getting some health recovery back, which is nice, and that is also Stab on Braxion, which is cool too. So thankfully the Castform is down. Man, that thing trolled me so hard, and the Ninjask and the Castform, that poor Haunter. So now we have Grand Ball swapping it, another very problematic Pokemon, hits very hard, it's bulky. I just thought, well, let's go for the Psychium Z Dream Eater now. Let's see if I can get some form of damage on this, and then swap another Pokemon in to try and take this thing out. I knew that it wouldn't take it out. As I said, it's a very bulky Pokemon, and hits really hard too. So I was so tempted, right? I'm not sure if you guys remember, I used a Weavile with Dream Eater, Psychium Z Dream Eater. I was actually going to use it on this team, but I couldn't find a viable trapping move, so I thought, nah, I won't use it. Anyway, now we have the Grand Ball going for the Wild Charge, and I'm actually able to live that on 5 health. It does some damage to itself too, which is really nice. So what I did here, I went for the Fire Spin just to get some damage off. Now, obviously, not all of the moves, trapping moves were non-damaging moves, so you have to forgive me for that one. But that's all I could really do for trapping moves on my Braxion. So Grand Ball is almost taken out. Now I've got my Alolan Executor. Now this Alolan Executor was pretty fun. It had Sleep Powder as the move to put the Pokemon to sleep. Obviously it had Dream Eater, It also had Gravity. Now, Gravity does help out the opponent, well, not really the opponent, me, but it actually did help out the opponent a lot of times too, and land that Sleep Powder, and obviously Infestation was the trapping move. I had Harvest and Citrus Berry. So going for the Infestation on the Granbull, that didn't really make any sense going for the Sleep Powder. Also, Granbull is going to be at, it's going to get a little bit rattled by that, and it's going to go down to the Infestation. So that's Granbull down. Now, I had on this set to... no, that was... sorry, I already said the last move. That was Gravity. So now we got the Ninetales coming in. So this was a big problem. So now Ninetales is going to go for a Fire Spin. My Executor is not going to take much damage. However, the Gravity is going to be on the field. Now, that actually helped out the Ninetales a lot. So Gravity obviously increases the accuracy of the moves now by a lot. And now Executor is going to go down the next turn. Unfortunately, I didn't get my Harvest Berry then. I was like, my Harvest Citrus Berry, which really sucked. And Executor is going to go down, unfortunately. I really needed that to kick in. Then I was going to go for the Sleep Powder on the Ninetales, sorry, or the Infestation, whatever is required. So now swapping in Lapras. Now this Lapras was pretty cool. So they really wanted me to use Lapras too. So the only move I could possibly put them to sleep was Sing. So I'm like, oh, this Sing has terrible accuracy. It's so bad. So I thought that could, with the Telekinesis on Kinnykins and the Gravity on Alolan Executor, that'd help out the Lapras a little bit too. So go for the Sing, and it hits on the Ninetales, which is beautiful. So I had Sing, Dream Eater on this set. That was the combo. I had, as the trapping move, I had Block, and I also had Resto, Chesto, Berry. So that was my set. Max Health and Max Special Attack. Shell Armor is the ability, so I couldn't get critical hit. My goodness, Dream Eater does nothing. It's a bulky special defensive Ninetales. I can't believe it. I'm like, man, this is really bad because, looking at my team, half of them already gone. And probably out of Kinnykins was probably one of my best Pokemon. So was Alolan Executor because I could keep getting my health back. I actually did consider running Trick Room on that too, but I wanted to run Gravity to help out the other team members. So anyway, I've got this. I've actually trapped in myself with Fire Spin, which is quite funny, and I've trapped in the Ninetales and put it to sleep with Sing. So it's gonna be snoozing on the job. I'm gonna go for the Dream Eater again on the Ninetales. So I need like 2 more hits to take this thing out, and that's gonna be enough. But the problem is I need Sing to land again if it does wake up, which is. That's a big problem because Sing has I think it's got 55 actually. It's so bad. Anyway, so Ninetales is going to wake up. I avoid the Fire Spin, and then the Ninetales avoids the Sing, and then on the second turn, the Fire Spin is going to come from the Ninetales. I actually went for the Inferno then. Man, these attacks were just missing all over the place because they were so so low actually. Now the Ninetales is actually going to land, and an Inferno does a little bit of damage to me. Obviously, Inferno always burns on contact, so that's a little bit of a problem. Sing misses again. So here I'm thinking, I've got to go for the rest this turn. I know that I can probably just tank the next attack and go for that rest and get the Chester Berry, wake up, and try and take this Ninetales out. But I think it did max damage there and took my damn Lapras out. So I'm like, no, this is really bad. I've only got 2 more Pokemon remaining. So all I've got left is Smeagol. This Smeagol set was a Spore, Block, Tail Glow, Dream Eater, Smeagol. I wanted to put Conversion on there to convert me into a Psychic type, but I didn't have enough move slots, so I had to trap the opponent in, which made it very difficult. So Ninetales is now trapped in. Fire Spin does a lot of damage to Smeagol. It's like almost a 2-hit KO. I'm on 69 health. Fire Spin, it does miss. I'm able to put the Ninetales to sleep. Thank goodness with the Spore, so that's awesome. Now, I can get the Tail Glows off and go for the Dream Eater and try and get some of the health back that I lost from those Fire Spins. Now, Fire Spin obviously is racking up damage to me too, and Ninetales is, it's faster than me as well. So I've got max speed and max special attack on this set, Timid Nature. So going for the Tail Glow, trying to get those drastic boosts up from the, the Tail Glow, obviously. And now we've got the Ninetales falling asleep still on this turn. Thank goodness for that. Going for the Dream Eater on the Ninetales again, trying to take this thing out. Thank goodness that is down. Man, that caused me so many problems. Like, bulky Pokemon were really strong. Then again, most things were really strong against this team because you simply had to rely on putting them to sleep. That was a big gimmick in itself and a very, very big challenge. So now we've got 2 Pokemon left. The bloody U-turn Ninjask again. It's going to go for Sunny Day. I was wondering what strategy this actually had with Sunny Day other than helping out, the other Pokemon like the Castform and the Ninetales, those kind of things. Anyway, going for Spore this turn, putting the Ninjask to sleep. I've got to go for Spore, I may have to be like a full scumbag and break sleep clause here. I didn't really want to, but I had very little options with this thing unless I left the Ninjask, the last Pokemon on the field. However, Ninjask is going to stay in and fall asleep. Now, I went for the block here in case, I expected a swap, so I went for the block, but the Ninjask actually stays in and it's going to get blocked, and the speed boost obviously is giving it lots of speed. Not that it matters, like none of my Pokemon will be able to outspeed this thing anyway. It's got amazing speed. So Ninjask is going to stay asleep. I'm going to go for the Dream Eater again. I've got the +3 in special attack. Does a lot of damage, just missing the kill there, but getting some nice recovery back on my Smeagol, which is good. So Ninjask is going to get its energy drained. It's going to get another speed boost. I think its speed is about a million now. And the Ninjask is actually going to stay asleep still. So I'm like, man, that was really lucky. Like I said, the whole problem was putting them back to sleep. So Ninjask is down, and that's good. We've got 2 more Pokemon on either side of the field. And, I'd say probably in this battle, the Kinnikins is really good. The Lapras was really good. Smeagol definitely was really good too. So now we have the Alolan Nurse coming in. I like Blossom. It's a very cool Pokemon. I got to swap out, right? Because there's only one Pokemon that can land a sleeping move against this is Bronzong. So obviously you guys are probably thinking like, oh, what if PIMPNITE, rip PIMPNITE if you came across like a dark type team. I had that shit all covered, guys. So on my Bronzong, right, I had Block, I had Dream Eater, I had Hypnosis, and I had Trick. Now, the item on my Bronzong was Ring Target. So if I came across a Dark-type Pokemon, I'd simply trick them the Ring Target, and then all my Psychic-type moves would land against them, because Ring Target, if you hold a Ring Target, it removes all your type immunity. So, so Psychic-type moves can land against Dark-types. I actually did a Synchronized Umbreon sweep only using that. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. It's amazing. So anyway, we have the Blossom falling asleep. It set up the grassy terrain too, which is a little bit annoying. It's going to restore its health, but at the same time, I know that I can do enough damage to try and take this thing out. So it's going to be staying asleep. Now, Bronzong was max health, max special attack. My goodness, I got a big critical hit there, which is very, very helpful, getting all my health back too. The ability I put on this was actually heat-proof instead of levitate. I thought that'd actually be a little bit more handy, especially against fire-type Pokemon. And most of the time it carries levitate too. So now we have the Blossom staying asleep and going for another Dream Eater and taking that out. Man, things could not have gone more perfectly there, taking the Blossom out. So, speaking of fire-type Pokemon, the last Pokemon they had was the Simisage. So I was like, oh, here we go. But I do have the heat proof. There's a good chance that I might be able to get through this. So now it's going to go for the Flame Charge. It probably had enough speed to actually outspeed my Smeagol anyway. But obviously, if just in case that it didn't, that's why they're going to go for that. Obviously, it's super effective too. So Hypnosis, it misses unfortunately. I really need to get that up. It's the last Pokemon now. I do not have to use block or anything like that. So now it's going to have a Heat Wave. I'm like, oh damn, this is going to hit pretty hard. Even the heat proof, it hits fairly hard. I know they can probably live 2 more of them. Hypnosis misses again. Now the hit move is the heat wave. Man, I'm getting tongue-tied there. I just tanked that one on 24 health. Hypnosis lands. I'm like, yes, this is good. So the Simisage is asleep now, which is nice. Now either here I can go for the Dream Eater or swap into Smeagol and try and set up on it. I was thinking, what should I do? I've got to go for Dream Eater. I've got no choice here. I've just got to take this thing out. So going for a Dream Eater on the Simisage does some really nice damage. So one more is going to be enough to take this guy out, and getting some nice recovery too. So I know that I can live another Heat Wave on this thing. Then it eats a berry. I'm like, oh no, this is really bad, because after that berry recovery, right, that's almost going to be, that's going to be enough to actually live another one. So now it wakes up, uses Work Up. I'm like, oh no, man, the next Heat Wave is going to be enough to take me out. I've got to land this. And the Dream Eater is going to fail too. So the obviously the Simisage is going to be able to outspeed me this turn, and it's going to be able to hit me harder with the Heat Wave, and that's enough to take out my damn Bronzong. I'm like, oh no. This is a problem, right? When things woke up, like Dream Eater would fail. So the last Pokemon I've got, as you know, is a Smeagol. Now my item was Focus Sash. So I'm like, if I can live, I know that I can live one attack. It's going to be the Acrobatics. Obviously, after it's burned out that berry, that's going to give it the full base power that it needs. Obviously, up from I think it's 110 base power on that. I'm going for the Spore. So even with no special attack EVs, right, this thing had absolute trash special attack. I had to use Tail Glow. I had no choice. I had to get that instant +3 and then start spamming Dream Eater on the Simisage. So getting up that Tail Glow, getting the +3 in special attack. I dare not go for another one because I got to get some damage on this. It wakes up and uses Flame Charge. Oh man, I was so close. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I've got no bloopers or anything, but I got a mega bonus battle at the end. Such a great battle. Peace out.